Look at this monument. It should not exist. More than 1,200 years ago. People built this without cranes, concrete, or modern machines. They moved millions of stones, they carved thousands of reliefs, and somehow it still stands today. But the greatest mystery isn't how they built it. The greatest mystery is why they built it at all. Borobudur is more than a temple. It is a journey carved into stone. Every staircase, every relief, and every statue was placed with purpose. In this documentary, we'll uncover how ancient engineers built one of history's greatest monuments, why it disappeared beneath the jungle, and how it returned to inspire the world. But every great monument begins long before the first stone is laid. To understand Borobudur, we must return to ancient Java. Long before Borobudur, this valley looked completely different. Volcanoes covered the land with fertile soil, allowing crops to flourish and kingdoms to grow rich. As villages became towns and towns became kingdoms, craftsmen, merchants, monks, and farmers built a thriving civilization. But among all these kingdoms, one dynasty was preparing to change history forever. Who were these rulers, and what inspired them to dream so boldly? Our story now turns to the mysterious Sailendra Dynasty. By the 8th century, one family ruled much of central Java. They were known as the Sailendra Dynasty. Their kingdom was prosperous. Fertile farmland, thriving trade, and skilled craftsmen gave them wealth unlike anything seen before. But the Sailendra rulers wanted something greater than wealth. They wanted to leave behind a legacy that would outlive them. That dream would soon become one of the greatest construction projects in human history. The vision was clear. But why would a kingdom invest decades of effort to build such an enormous monument? Borobudur was never built simply to impress people. It was built to guide them. In Mahayana Buddhism, every step toward the summit symbolized leaving the ordinary world behind and moving closer to enlightenment. But Borobudur also sent another message. Only a kingdom with remarkable knowledge, organization, and resources could build something on this scale. Faith inspired the monument. Human determination made it possible. A vision alone could never build Borobudur. Before construction could begin, millions of volcanic stones had to be found, shaped, and transported across the landscape. Every masterpiece begins with a single stone. Borobudur needed more than 2 million of them. Each block had to be measured, shaped, and inspected before it could leave the quarry. Moving these stones was an engineering challenge of its own. Without modern machines, workers relied on ropes, bamboo frames, wooden sleds, and teamwork. Day after day, year after year, the endless procession of stone slowly transformed an empty hill into the beginning of Borobudur. But bringing the stones to the site solved only half the problem. The real challenge was turning millions of blocks into a monument that could survive for centuries. Moving the stones was difficult. Making them last for centuries was even harder. Instead of using cement, the builders shaped each stone so precisely that the blocks locked together like a giant puzzle. The builders also understood something many people overlook: water. Hidden drainage channels and carved stone spouts carried away tropical rain before it could damage the monument. That remarkable engineering is one reason Borobudur still stands today, even in a land shaped by earthquakes, volcanoes, and centuries of tropical weather. The structure was complete, but Borobudur was still missing its voice. That voice would be carved into stone by some of the finest artisans of ancient Java. Borobudur was never meant to be seen only from afar. It was meant to be read. More than 2,000 relief panels tell stories of daily life, trade, nature, and the teachings of the Buddha. Hundreds of Buddha statues were placed throughout the monument, each representing a different gesture and a different teaching. For every pilgrim, the climb was more than a journey across stone. It was a journey toward wisdom. The monument was complete. But what actually happened here? Was Borobudur simply a temple, or was it something much greater? Many people call Borobudur a temple, but that description tells only part of its story. Pilgrims entered from the east and slowly walked around each level before climbing higher. The journey itself was the ritual. With every step, They symbolically left behind greed, anger, and ignorance, moving closer to wisdom and enlightenment. Borobudur was not a place to simply visit. It was a place to experience, reflect, and transform. For generations, pilgrims climbed these sacred terraces. Then, almost without warning, the footsteps stopped. The monument slowly disappeared from history. For centuries, Borobudur welcomed pilgrims. Then, the voices slowly disappeared. Historians believe there was no single cause. Volcanic eruptions, changing trade routes, and the shift of political power all played a role. Year after year, nature quietly reclaimed the monument. Trees, vines, moss, and volcanic ash slowly covered what people had once built. Eventually, one of humanity's greatest monuments vanished from memory, hidden beneath the forest for hundreds of years. But Borobudur was never truly lost. Deep beneath the jungle, it waited patiently for the day the world would find it again. In 1814, stories of a forgotten stone monument hidden beneath the jungle reached Sir Thomas Stamford Raffles. Local workers began clearing trees, vines, and volcanic ash. Slowly, the ancient monument emerged once again. Over the following decades, archaeologists and engineers worked to preserve Borobudur. International restoration efforts helped protect it for future generations. Today, Borobudur stands as one of the world's greatest architectural achievements, welcoming visitors from every corner of the globe while reminding us of what ancient civilizations could accomplish. More than 12 centuries have passed, yet Borobudur still has one final lesson to teach us. More than 12 centuries have passed, yet Borobudur still stands where ancient builders placed it, reminding us that great ideas can outlive the people who create them. The names of most of its builders have been forgotten, but their work continues to inspire millions of people from around the world. Borobudur is more than a monument. It is proof that imagination, knowledge, and determination can create something that survives for generations. And perhaps that is its greatest lesson. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, subscribe for more documentaries exploring the wonders of ancient civilizations.